Hi, welcome to Notes to My Boys. My name is Mala Mangla, and this podcast has long been fermenting in my heart. Don't worry, a lot of fermentations are good, like yogurt and sauerkraut, and of course, beer. This podcast was born as a series of or rather letters that I started writing to my two wonderful boys, something I would make two copies of when the diary was full and hoped they would find the right mommy wisdom for any situation in their life. Well, seeing how podcasts have become so beautifully accepted, my original idea got morphed into this series, which I hope stays in their hearts and now yours too. All parenting is different. All moms are right. So I hope you accept what sounds right to you and forget that you just don't agree with. Listen with love. There are always so many things to talk about, and it's hard for me to choose. But for the sake of continuity, let me just finish my first one, two, three thoughts. So let's just call this 1 plus 2 plus 3. You might ask me, so I've done away with judgment. I have tried and have started to succeed at being empathetic towards others. Now what? What happens next? Now you feel your vision expand. When your focus is not on others, or much worse, bringing them down by finding their worst, you concentrate more on improving yourself and your situation. Your perspective towards life in general transforms into a multi-dimensional outlook. You start to think more laterally, and new vistas just happen to open up for you. Because your attention is now inwards, the need for being selfish by deliberately hurting or maligning or just one upping others will melt away. Honestly, you will be amazed by the quantum of all that you can achieve on all fronts. Emotional calm, check. Mental balance, check. Physical healing and strengthening, even, check, check. And of course, if everything else falls into place, material success as well. Hear me out. This might sound preachy, these letters of might sound preachy sometimes to me also, but I hope they serve you well one day. We forget that we are all individuals with infinite potential. Again, babies know that, which is why nothing is impossible for them. Frankly, that's how we all learn to sit up, take our first steps. We learn to walk, we learn to run, we learn to eat, talk, read, fly planes, go to Mars, etc., etc., etc. Now, if as babies we didn't naturally have an inherent belief in our potential, this talk wouldn't be happening right now. So basically, when the focus shifts inwards, slowly but surely, our potential starts to reach back up to those of our infancy. That belief, a shift happens. A very palpable, noticeable shift happens when nothing seems quite as impossible as before or as tough. These are a lot of cool words, right? Potential or awareness or perspective, and are mostly just attributed to self help books, right? Or when helping those who have really sunk to much deeper levels of despair. But these are applicable to each and every one of us. If you ignore the race that everyone is so desperate to run at very high costs of peace and a happy life, and of course, health, if you bow out of this race that others actually want you to run just so they can have the vile satisfaction of overtaking you, and you change your whole perspective of success and happiness, you become aware of your potential and just hop, skip, and jump. And you enjoy every moment of the way of this journey that, we are all living life. You will find yourselves way closer to true happiness, or what Master Shifu, remember, calls inner peace. Your perspective, potential, and goals are all your own, and only you have the secret to unlock it. And it all starts with just a little more empathy. Years ago, I would introduce myself as a Radiohead or a voice artist. Then came my boys and changed that forever. I am a mother to two boys who I love mostly and am irritated by quite frequently. But above all, this process of bringing up two kids has been as enlightening and as mutually beneficial as it has been terrifying and frustrating. These are notes I have scribbled not so frequently for them to read over the years and make sense of at some point of time in the future. Maybe that time is now.